Hey, welcome to the DBC Inc. Facebook Live. It is a Thursday night. That means that I am joining you all the way from Vancouver, Washington, the Pacific Northwest, on the Facebook Live tonight. And I believe I am solo tonight. Maybe we'll see if someone pops in here before we're done, but it's going to be primarily me. Just have a couple updates for you. Some of the things you've heard before, but some of them may be new. So we'll see. As you're joining in, please feel free to add your name over in the comments. Let us know who is here, where you are watching from. And first of all, I guess I will show that I am sporting my Teach Happy shirt today. Kim Strobel's book, Teach Happy, on the Impress label of DBC Inc. So repping a little Teach Happy for the Facebook Live today. If you haven't read Kim Strobel's book, pick it up, grab a copy, and I think that you will love it. Who doesn't want to be a little happier with everything we do? By the way, if you're into happiness, that's not the only happiness book we have on the DBC side. Ronnie Habib, we have Happy and Resilient. So 2 happiness projects, one on the Impress side, Kim Strobel, one Ronnie on the DBC side, Happy and Resilient. And so, go check out both of those. They both, although the topic is very similar, they have a different take on it, different stuff that they're advocating for, different way of presenting the information. So I think you would enjoy both of those projects. And so that's what's going on. And who do we have here? Whoa, hey. Our first comment, I need to get my glasses on. Sean, what's up, man? All right. I can no longer fight it. I must have the glasses. Sean, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you being here. Not only that, but we have also officially gone international. Nick wrote, phenomenal teacher author from Winnipeg, Manitoba in Canada, has joined us. And look, they're pouring in. Kristen, what's up? What's going on, Kristen? Good to see you. And so let's see. I have had ice cream with Nick. I've had ice cream with Kristen. Sean, we have not had ice cream yet. What's going on? We got to knock that out. Oh, but wait, David is here, and I have also had ice cream with David. What's going on, David? Good. So wait, there's 4 people that have commented so far, and I've had ice cream with 3 of them. What does this say? I'm seeing some sort of pattern here. So Sean, we got to knock that out sometime to make it 4 out of 4. I have also had barbecue with at least half of those people. So let's see. Moral of the story, Dave eats a lot of ice cream. I like this hashtag, Waffle Cone Crew. Yes. All right, great ice cream, less than a mile from the front door. That means like we could walk to it and like earn some of those calories just on the walk. I like this. Yes, pirates do. They do love ice cream. This is all very true. So speaking of ice cream, I don't know what the story is in Sacramento near the convention center, but not this weekend, but the following weekend, I will be in Sacramento at Fall Q. And so I know that I'll see hopefully some of you at Fall Q. I know Nick is coming all the way from Winnipeg for Fall Q. So that's super cool. And let's see, I've got a training. Oh yeah. Okay. Chris is there for the great seafood there too. Nice. I like it. All right. Maybe maybe I'll get a calamari appetizer there. I will see you at Fall Q very soon. A week from tomorrow, or I guess the pre-conference is Friday, and then the Saturday, Sunday is the actual conference. So I'll for sure see you on Saturday and Sunday there. Lots of sessions. I know Edge Protocols, several Edge Protocols authors will be there. Lots of people will be there. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to hanging out. I'm not speaking at Fall Q. I've had a couple people message me and ask me when my session is. I'm not speaking at Fall Q, but I'm just going to be there watching sessions, learning like everybody else, connecting, and of course, hopefully going out for good food for lunch and dinner. And okay. Yes, I'm in for this, Massachusetts. I am going to the East Coast though this weekend, Kristen, just not Massachusetts. I am getting on a plane tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. flight, and I am flying to Philadelphia. And I am going to the book launch event for, I have my copy of it already. Comes out Saturday. You can pre-order already on Amazon. And Teaching the Miss Abbott Way. I've told this story on here before, but if you weren't listening then, I'll tell you. Joyce Abbott is iconic, legendary teacher in the Philadelphia area. Has a military background initially, went into education, and it just has this whole kind of mix of her, a little bit of her story, life story, but a little bit also of her teaching philosophy and strategies, and how she was so legendary in the Philadelphia area, working with kids, working in school systems. And if you recognize this name, Abbott, it's probably because of Abbott Elementary School. And she does have a connection to that as well. And so Quinta Brunson, the creator of Abbott Elementary, the reason why it is called Abbott Elementary is because of Joyce. And that was a shout out when she named the television show. She chose the name of the school. She did that as a shout out to her former teacher, Joyce Abbott. And so this is coming out Saturday. We are excited about it and pumped about it. And this is kind of like 2 in a row of the sort of iconic teachers in the nation. So we have Ron Clark was the one. Ron Clark just came out in the end of August. And so co-founder of the Ron Clark Academy, famous teaching school, demonstration school. So we have Ron Clark, Be 1% Better. And then now we're adding to it, Teaching the Miss Abbott Way. 2 iconic educators in a row coming out on the DBC label, something that we're super proud of. We're honored that both of them have signed with Daybridge Consulting Incorporated. And could not be more excited for you to read both of those. If you haven't read Ron's book yet, grab it. It's already out, getting great feedback. And then Joyce's book will ship on Saturday. Yeah, so you can order it now, but they'll be shipping across the nation on Saturday. And pumped by that. Yeah, Kristen, thank you so much. This is super sweet. How many authors in power? The books keep coming. Yeah, they keep coming. And Renee, hey, what's going on? Ed Branding, co-author Renee Bryant is here. Thank you for joining us, Renee. Yeah, could not be prouder to publish Joyce. And so I'll be okay. I'll be honest with you. This book launch event, it's a black tie event. Now, I don't know how well you know me. This is out of my wheelhouse. Like, I've got one suit that I bought like for a special occasion. I don't have any kind of black tie clothes. I don't have I am not like, basically, if you see me in a tie, most likely it's a wedding or a funeral. But I will be in a suit with a tie, with dress. Okay. No running shoes, no Brooks. Saturday night, I'll be in dress shoes, a suit, and a tie for this book launch event. And so I'm a little bit nervous about all that. But I even have to iron a dress shirt in my hotel room. So this is got to put my big boy pants on. I am actually going to be wearing pants that, like, you have to have a belt, like they snap and zip, not elastic pants with drawstrings. About 95% of my life, I'm in pants that have a drawstring. And so I actually have to snap pants and put a belt on. And so, yeah. Oh, thank you, Kristen. I appreciate that. So by the way, it'll be the same suit because I only have one. So that was last October for a wedding in New Orleans. My niece got married in New Orleans and I put that suit on. So I'll be wearing that same suit with that same shirt, with that same tie and same dress shoes as last October. Haven't worn it since. And I probably should have checked to see if it still fits. I think I'm probably okay. I exercise enough that hopefully it's going to still fit perfectly fine, but we'll see. Oh man, thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Super cool comment. Let's see what else we got today. So release of Joyce Abbott, Fall Q coming up, book launch, Ron Clark's book. I'm trying to think what else there was to discuss tonight. Those are the main things that I wanted to hit. I know Nick mentioned earlier in the chat that she was excited to see the Edu Protocol's primary authors. So Ben and Jen, the Ben and Jen show will be there at Fall Q. And so Nick actually, we chatted about this, is not that familiar with the Edge Protocols. So of course she's seen the books come out, but she does not have any of the Edge Protocols titles like book 1, book 2, some of the kind of foundational books in the Edge Protocols series. But she is a first grade teacher. And so Ben and Jen are going to be perfect for her. I'm excited for her to have her first exposure to Edge Protocols and have it be Ben and Jen doing how they use it in the primary classrooms. And so that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to in Fall Q, is having Nick be able to get indoctrinated into the Edu Protocols universe. We have math Edu Protocols, social studies Edu Protocols, ELA Edu Protocols, deploying Edu Protocols with Kim, and including the first 2 books and more on the way. So yeah, super amazing and awesome. I think a science book will be out before too long, Science Edu Protocols. And I know of another one coming a little further down the line after science, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to tease that yet. So I won't go into tease mode for that one. That's a couple Edu Protocols away still. So I'm going to keep that one. And let's see, we're converting veterans and newbies alike in my building, one by one. Yes. Love it. Thank you for that, Sean. Yeah. So I've probably shared this so many times, but I'll share it again. The Edu Protocols community is amazing, super supportive, always there to help. You have any questions, pop in there, and there's going to be teachers who use these things all the time that are going to be willing to help you. So even if you are just started, brand new, you have a question, you're like, oh, this is probably a silly question. Don't worry about it. Unbelievable supportive community. They'll pop in and give you some help. Ooh, what? 1 year anniversary of Phenomenal Teacher. Okay, that's right. 2023 release. Fall 2023, Phenomenal Teacher. Fantastic. By the way, congratulations to Nick. I know you just presented at a women's empowerment virtual presentation yesterday. Heard great reviews so far. And okay. And look, Edu Protocols in action. Cyber Sandwich tomorrow. Kristen is using. Love it. This is fantastic. John. Crippo. We're talking about Crippo here, probably. So glad to see that. That's amazing. Cool. Let me think if there's anything else. I got to get a run on later tonight. To be honest with you, I'm not too excited about it, but since I'm going to be traveling all day tomorrow, 2 flights, I am most certainly probably not going to. I'll be in an Uber at 4 something in the morning probably, so I'm definitely not going to be running in the morning. And after flying across the country, the idea of a nighttime run in downtown Philadelphia probably is not really high on my list or on my safety list. So I'm probably won't be doing a downtown evening run in Philadelphia. But while I'm there, do you think I need to do I need to do the Rocky Steps? Maybe I need to do a video of running the Rocky Steps. Possibly. We'll see about that. Ryan. Hey, Ryan, I want to thank you because you just put out on your channel a review of Phenomenal Teacher. And so I really appreciate you reading Phenomenal Teacher and sharing the good word about it. And I know if you watch Ryan, go watch Ryan's review of Phenomenal Teacher. I know that he enjoyed it. Lots of it resonated with him. That is a perfect example that even though the book is Phenomenal Teacher, it's just really for anyone who's maybe juggling a lot of different things, feeling a little overwhelmed with life and education and trying to balance all their roles. And so I really appreciated that you put that review up, Ryan. And that was fantastic. Someone with a passion for kindness has popped into the chat. Finally, Homa, good to see you. And so, all right, hold on. Hold your horses. Since Tamara's there, got to show these again. the Ghost Max 2s, all new Ghost Max 2 in the book cover of Tamara Letter, Passion for Kindness. So that's what's going to get worn tonight on this run. The Ghost Max 2 are going. Yes. Okay. We got news on the Rocky Steps. What do we got? The Rocky Steps are also pretty close. Okay. The Thinker sculpture. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I could do like a pose, like a little pose next to it in the Thinker pose. And yeah, cool. Oh, look at this. Highs going all around. Yeah, well, we've missed you. Like, what are you doing on, like, what? Come on, let's get in here on Thursday night and chat with us. We always appreciate that. Okay. The other thing that I'm hoping to do in Sacramento, obviously, besides seeing the sessions, obviously finding some ice cream. I think there's maybe a 7-Eleven near the hotels. So double big gulps of Diet Coke will be happening. Toll House ice cream sandwiches will be happening at the very least. But I'm also going to run. I know there's the Capitol building is right there. So I want to do a run, which takes us by the Capitol, then goes down to the river. And there's it's very close to there's a bridge that's sort of like a replica of the London the bridge in London, like London Tower Bridge or whatever it might be. And so I want to run across that and run through the historic downtown Sacramento area. Got kind of like little cobblestone streets down there and cool little restaurants and shops and things. And so I'm hoping to do a run down there along the river, cross over that replica bridge. And of course, and then see Sacramento's capital, California, for those of you that don't know. And so the Capitol building is right there near the convention center too. So that is also on the agenda for not this weekend, but the next one after that. So maybe I'm going to do the Rocky Steps this weekend, and then I will do the Capitol and the bridge and all that next weekend in Sacramento. Yeah, so I agree with you. I love to go across bridges. There's lots of bridges. Portland is called Bridge City. And so there's lots of bridge runs in Portland. I've done several of them. And the thing about bridges, you have to be careful, right? Because when you're driving a car, these things seem like they're flat. But a lot of times when you're running them, you realize that not only is there like a long up to get to the bridge, but then the bridge goes up for like a long ways, then flattens out and then goes down. And so before long, you realize that you're running like a mile uphill and what looks to be like a bridge that just goes flat across the water. It ain't flat. But this bridge in Sacramento, super flat. Love it. And a lot of the Portland bridges are really flat too. So I enjoy running across a flat bridge. I did. If you haven't heard my podcast, it's called An Iconic Run and an Epic Fall. I did a run in San Francisco across the Golden Gate Bridge. So that was one of my bucket list runs, was to run the Golden Gate Bridge. And it's a beautiful run. I did it, ran to the bridge, over the bridge, and then doubled back around, came back across the bridge. And there's some cliffs over there you can run around. And I was about 6 miles into just a fantastic run, feeling amazing, decided to keep going. I was feeling so good. Like it was going to be just like maybe a little 4 or 5 mile run. I was at 6 miles and still feeling great. And I went down, started to head down this hill. And as is often the case in San Francisco, it was drizzly. And I started to head down this hill and it was just a little too steep. I'm like, oh, I don't want to go down here. I might end up having to like run back up this big steep hill. So let me just turn direction. And so I went to turn and I was on a painted part of the street, where they have like the stop sign kind of thing painted on there and stuff like that. And I went to turn and it was slick. And of course, paint is the worst part to get traction on a street. And as I turned, my feet just slipped completely out of me, slammed. Before I knew it, I was like, it slammed down onto the concrete and sat up. And these people came running towards me, a couple, and they're like, "Oh my God, are you okay? Okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine." They're like, "No, you're not okay." And then blood was just pouring down my face. And I'd cut myself open, split open my head, and had to call an Uber. And Uber, I was alone at the time, no car, no nothing there. And so I had to Uber to the emergency room and get all stitched up and stuff. And so that was my Golden Gate Bridge run in San Francisco. It went from amazing to one of my worst runs in about half a second. I have no, it was just so fast. I didn't even know what happened. Just like, pop, boom, blood pouring, and off I was to the emergency room. So that was maybe my least favorite run of all time. But man, did it start off good. And I did get all the videos and the pictures of me running the bridge. And so I guess in that way, it was worth it. So I don't know why I'm telling you that. I'm just, bridge runs came up. Sean mentioned bridge runs. So there we go. And then what is it? Okay. 5K, Christopher. Oh yeah. I did a couple runs in San Francisco. One of them was by Christie Field there. And then I went down towards the, I can't remember what it's called, but where the Giants play. No, not the Giants. Yeah. So where the Giants play. Anyway, down the other direction towards some of those bridges too. And so I had several good runs in San Francisco. Just unfortunately kind of, most favorite run, Hawaii. Okay, let me think about that. I do love to run in Hawaii. No, I don't know. I don't know about my favorite though. I'm not sure about my favorite. I know that I have run 2 races with you though, Columbus Half Marathon and the Fargo 10K. Both of those were cool runs, and both of them also extraordinarily flat. So that is another thing I like about runs. I like runs that are very flat. And so the Columbus Half Marathon and the Fargo 10K, maybe we have to add the Fargo Half Marathon sometime. If I get myself back trained right and my feet feeling good and all that kind of stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. Uber to the emergency. Yeah, that's the way it went down. That is, in fact, the way it went down. It was an Uber to the emergency room. Speaking of my podcast, episode 60 came out, and I interviewed Matt Miller. Matt Miller is one of the truly nicest guys in education. Not only is he unbelievably knowledgeable and just has so much stuff to say about AI, ed tech, all of that kind of stuff like that. He's just really a super nice guy. And so on episode 60, he was my first return guest to the Dave Burgess Show. And we talked about him returning to the classroom and what it was like last semester when he returned to the classroom and tried out some of these new AI ideas he's been writing about. And then also he was just recently on the Dr. Phil Show. And so we talked about his experience. I was curious to ask him questions, what it was like to be on the Dr. Phil Show. And so we discussed that. And if you want to hear the original episode, he was on episode 30. So easy to remember, episodes 30 and 60, both Matt Miller, both AI focused primarily. The first one on 30, we also go into the origin story of how Matt met me and how it originally came for him to ditch that textbook for us, and kind of a cool story. I'll tell you the very briefest version of it now. And thank you very much for this. I appreciate that. And Nick shared it with her principal. That's fantastic. I love it. Yeah, me too. Forget these hills. So Matt, I went to Indiana and did a keynote presentation. And Matt was in the audience, and Matt was getting involved with speaking and starting to speak by that time. And he contacted me. This is a perfect example of Matt. He just contacted me and said, like, hey, I'm kind of new to this game, just getting out there, getting involved. What advice do you have for me to get out on the speaking circuit, get more gigs, get better? And so he just called and wanted to connect and learn. So, that's a perfect example of what exactly someone should be doing, just trying to learn from other people who maybe have been a few steps further down the path than they are, right? And so I remember, I can still picture the hotel room that I was sitting in, and where exactly I was sitting in this hotel room having this conversation with Matt. And one of the things that I told him about speaking is, I'm like, hey, well, you know what? I think one of the things that's going to really help you, Matt, is if you write a book. And Matt's initial reaction to this was, I'm the ditch book guy. Like, I'm the guy that's always saying, ditch that textbook. And so people are going to mock this. If the ditch book guy puts out a book, this is going to be just like it's going to be a source of jokes for everyone. And like, I don't know, like it's maybe like kind of against my brand. Like, I understand. Of course, there's going to be people that joke, but you're ditching textbooks. You're not like anti-book. You're not like anti-reading, right? And so you need to have a book. And so after we chatted for a while and eventually offered him a book contract, and Matt wrote "Ditch That Textbook," and the rest is history. But like I said, I can still remember to this day the very like the configuration of the hotel room and where I was sitting at the little hotel desk and trying to convince Matt Miller to write a book. Then it took me another like 5 years to convince him to write Tech Like a Pirate, but that's okay. Well, we got there eventually. Thank you, Renee. I appreciate you. Lovely has a datature. Wait a second. Why am I drawing a blank on this? I can't remember. I'm drawing a blank on this. Okay. All right. Yes. This is the story behind Matt's book contract. Exactly. And you people don't be making me think with these comments. I am not capable of thinking. I have to pack and run and do all these things before my 6:30 flight. So you can't make me think. Thank you, Sean. Matt, like I said, it's an honor to publish Matt. And I think, did we say I published 6 books with Matt? Ditch that textbook. Ditch that homework. Don't ditch that tech. Do more with Google Classroom. What is that, 4? AI for educators is 5, and Tech Like a Pirate is 6. Yeah, so I have 6 books with Matt. The last 2 of them are on. He has like a imprint of Daybridge Consulting, the Ditch That Textbook line, and so the last 2 are an imprint of Daybridge Consulting. But yeah, 6 books with Matt. Yeah, Matt. Oh wait, it's still sitting here from the podcast. Oh, there it is. AI for educators. So Matt's book. Wait, what do we have here? Joyce Abbott, AI for educators, and Ron Clark. 3 books you can't go wrong with. I know you haven't seen this book yet, but you will start seeing it everywhere in my social media feed, and hopefully people will grab it and learn from Joyce. And yeah, good stuff in here. Joyce Abbott. All right. So I think that pretty much wraps us up for today. Joyce Abbott's book comes out Saturday. Ron Clark's book is out. I'll be at Fall Q, not this weekend, but the next weekend, October 5th and 6th. If you're coming to Fall Q, please come up, say hello. Let's grab a selfie and connect. And then after that, I'll be, this reminds me, by the way, sending out all the love, support, positive thoughts, and thinking for everyone on the southeastern part of the country, Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, getting hit right now and probably going to get worse this evening over the course of the night with the hurricane and storm surge and just horrible predictions for storm surge in certain areas. And so I've had that kind of on in the background all day today, and thinking about all the educators and friends and people, families that I know that live in that part of the country, and wishing you the best that you get through the hurricane with as little damage as possible. And please stay safe. So definitely thinking about all of you on the southeastern part of the country and hoping that this hurricane passes over and doesn't do too much damage to your area. So I'll end on that note, because I'm going to be the following weekend, I'm going to be in Pensacola, Florida. And that's what just reminded me that, oh my gosh, yeah, Florida right now is experiencing some trauma. And so I'm hoping that that all turns out well. I'm after my run tonight, get right back to the TV and check in and see how that is all going. And like I said, pulling for everybody in that part of the country to make it through all right. So thank you everybody so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate you joining me, keeping me company without my co-host tonight, doing it all alone. And it's been fun to have you in here to chat with. And so thank you so much. And we will see you next Thursday, right before Fall Q. Bye, everybody.